My name's Gareth Skewis. I'm the CEO of PALACE Skateboards. I founded PALACE with my good friend Lev in 2009. I live in London. I'm originally from Johannesburg, South Africa. And on a kind of day-to-day basis, I share the creative direction with Lev in this business, and I, in essence, run PALACE. From working in Italy, I also became much more au fait with Massimo's work and the legacy that he had, not from a consumer point of view, from more of a manufacturing and a product design point of view. Yeah, and then obviously I really like football, and I was going to Tottenham a lot with the other half of Silas, a guy called Russell, who also wore Massimo's design work. I think his use of fabric, and I think the outside influences, building product out of fabric and using techniques that were not traditionally used or championed within Italian manufacturing, I thought was like revolutionary, especially his use of fabric and the way in which he was really brave. And I think if you've been lucky enough to go through that archive, you will see certain pieces of work that maybe never saw the light of day. There's a whole thing regarding technology in the 90s, which is, I think if the world understood what he'd done with that, and I know it didn't really see the light of day, it's really mind-altering. And I think if you look back at his legacy, if you think about the things that he's built and designed, in my mind, if you want to talk about people that are important in fashion, his name is up there with Raf Simons, Lagerfeld, Phoebe Furlow, Yves Saint-Laurent, but it's coming from a very different point of context. It's not about branding. The design line you can see from a million miles away, which in a world that's overrun with marketing and branding, I think that design work stands the test of time. Geez, I think it's clear as day to see. I think when you look at mainstream modern American culture, that an Italian sportswear brand or brands or ethoses of brands or iterations of that is so entrenched in certain forms of American culture, which is so completely foreign to either terrace culture or Italian design language, is testament to if you make really good product, that's not overtly fashion, it stands the test of time. And I think also, I never met him, but the ethos that lineage portrays is that you have to push things forward. And I think most importantly, you have to just be bloody brave. That's what I take from it, and I think those are the influences it's had on Lev and myself, and I would say probably everyone at PALACE. If you think about the term Italian sportswear in 1986 or 1996 versus where it is today, and you look at certain couture houses, it's riddled with his identity now, which I think if you're not being copied, you're not very good. And it's when you're not being copied that you need to worry.